Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Martin Wenzel. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. And get it started just slightly early. A little bit of a delay. Got the stream going and then started looking around here at the plane and everything that's set up. We got a few stuff kind of piled on top of each other. Fuel truck here from PMDG. We also have GSX Pro running. You see the catering workers getting the food on for the flight. We got a little bit potable water getting pumped in. Here on Nauru Airlines, we're on World Tour Flight 256, Tarawa, Kiribati to Yaren, Nauru. I don't have the flight time exactly, but we'll use some time acceleration if needed. Inside the plane. The last time I got inside the plane, or just a few moments ago, all this was blurred out and textures weren't loading properly, and so I had to restart things. Hopefully we don't have that during the flight. It's happened now twice within the last couple weeks where I've run into that problem. Something that used to happen a lot when the simulator first came out. Alright, so we do have the fuel truck here. We're going to start fueling there. We'll release that potable water. And we'll start getting things set up. Brighten this up so once we turn the lights on. Battery's already on, never mind. Ground power, though, now is on. There it is. Trying to remember all my cameras. Alright, fault in op detection, overheat detection switch normal, test switch hold to fault in op. Verify master caution and overheat detect light on.
The fueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do.
Also the other light there, that fault. And APU detect in op light. Cool. Alright, fire overheat warning. Test switch hold to overheat fire. Verify warning bell sounds and fire warn light lit.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do.
Then we go over here and we do the extinguisher test. F3 green. Perfect. We're ready for the APU now. APU. Go with the aft fuel pump right there on. And then start and back to on. Should get low pressure and this should start speeding up. Go. Your actions, ground services. Make sure we have our fueling going. Looks like it is. So we'll that fuel truck. See the GSX Pro fuel truck has come over now. It wants to get in on the action, I guess. And you can hear the APU spooling up. Perfect. Let's go up top and do a test of our IRS display. Find a cargo fire system. Right here. The test. Manual gear extension access door. Cameras are weird. That's that right there. You can open it. You want to make sure it's closed. It is. Emergency equipment checked. Circuit breakers checked. Cockpit voice recorder test. Lock speed warning test. All warning test. Sure why number 2 doesn't ever work, but there it is. Reverser lights on. EEC switches. Verify alternate lights off. There. Crew oxygen pressure indicator. Check. Bean PSI. Service interphone switch as required. GPS light off. IRS mode selectors on. And we're aligning right now. We're gonna have to do something. Go down into the FMS. Going. Emergency locator transmitter. On. Do light, circuit breakers, crash axe. All that's stowed and checked. Exterior inspection. First officer's gonna go out there and get wet. We're gonna get into the FMC. Get in here. Turn. FMC. We have our active air rack. Get our position. We are at November Golf Tango Alpha. Copy that down and jump back up. Nav. Route. We're headed to Alpha November Yankee November Nauru. Flight number 42. And runway. Which runway we have? Let's get our flight clearance. Okay, maybe no flight clearance because I guess we're non-towered again. It's always interesting how we have a tower when we're coming into land, but then the airport doesn't have a tower to actually, as we're taking off. Really kind of. That's how it is. Alright, so we'll just check our flight plan. We're gonna do. Sure. Alright, so we're gonna be doing runway 09. Punch that in, 09. Go to the next page. And a very strange waypoint. You ever have this? You go to your raw thing and go, okay, we want 15 THR, north 0122.6, east 17310.8. That. Good. Summary, direct to Easley. Direct to Cascu. Direct to Burat. Direct to Arrivi. Rivi. Page. Direct to Yankee November 812 and direct to the airport. Hit activate, execute. Go departure runway 09. Execute. Legs, you can see what we got. I don't know why, and I don't know how. Maybe let's go into raw and see if we can do this manually. Usually I'd put this stuff in and it would kind of just automatically populate. Our speeds here are Mach speeds. Kind of put this stuff in. So 0.78 flash. Then we're looking at our flight level there, 360. So it's not giving me top of climbs is what's happening. That might be once I put stuff in. But we want 36,000 feet. That's going to be Cascu. Valid entry. Maybe we go with the speed, I think. 446 slash 36,000. So I've never done this manually. I don't know why it's making me do it manually. So I don't know what happened. Usually I'd put this stuff in and I would be able to use the VNav no problem. Now for some reason it's not letting me put, not automatically populating flight levels and descent levels. So like here we need to be at 5100 or want to be at 5100. So put that in. Maybe they'll give us our profile then. IV 3400. We'll see how this works. Helps. Not. We'll say 10. Alright, so we got our altitudes in there. You see the legs. Usually you'll see it'll give us a top of descent and top of climb, and we're not getting that. I don't know what's going on, what I'm missing, what they updated on here to make it more realistic or something. But yeah. So we got our legs in. Let's go back here. Okay, 0 fuel weight. Okay, before we move further, we're gonna get GSX. We're gonna get the plane starting low. We only have 72 passengers.
Boarding requested.
See the stairs grinding into the wing there. Like, it's still raining a little bit, so we'll have to keep that in mind on our calculations. Or, takeoff. So 0 fuel weight. Double click, I'll put that in. Reserves. Reserves right there. We'll go 3.9. Cost index of 10. And we're cruising 3. Transition is going to be 11,000 once again. Now it's pulled in the outside air temperature. It didn't do that before. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I wonder if it actually all this up. Okay, now it's putting all this.
Do you want to board crew?
But it's still not giving me that top of climb and all that good stuff.
Passengers bus is coming.
Frustrating, at least. Usually this is a lot more populated than just having these waypoints. I'm not sure what's going on that front.
Passengers boarding starting.
Hey, there come the passengers. Getting a little wet. Alright, so here we have the performance calculator that I use. And you can see it's giving us, we're going to do a 20K D rate, DO2 right there. So tap that in. Nothing for changing that temperature. Just go with the outside air temperature. We're going to go flaps 5. Center of gravity put in. And there's our V speeds. Now, before we go in the V speeds, we want to make sure we have our runway is wet. I'll put in there runway wind. Looks like it's calm, so we got no wind. Find that slope information. Leave on one of the charts. Here you can see those speeds really changed due to it being wet. we'll go with what the plane's giving us.
Passengers
The
boarding
calculator is
started.
giving us just a little bit more, 120. We'll go with 114 for that V1. Give ourselves more chance. And then rotate 122, 128. So speeds are not exact match, but they're close enough. Look at the trim. Get into 5 here for our takeoff. Up top, 50 for our takeoff altitude and 36,000 for our cruise. Keep going through our list here. We'll do our light test. Good. Overhead panel, we're looking at the air conditioning system. We want to have our ram door full open. That's lit. Circulation fans auto. Isolation valve open. APU bleed on. Flight control panel, all 5 switches are covered. Yaw damper on and the light off. Navigation transfer and display switches auto and normal. Fuel system, engine valve closed and spar valve closed are dim. Filter bypass is extinguished. Crossfeed selector closed. Valve open, light is also extinguished. Fuel pumps on. Galley power on. IFE / passenger seat power. Have an option for that. Electrical system, standby power switch, auto and guarded. Disconnect switches guarded. Bus transfer switches, auto and guarded. Right there. Equipment cooling light off. Emergency exit lights, the not armed light is off because it is armed and covered. Passenger signs on or auto. Auto. Windshield wiper selections, park window heat on. Anti-ice, we're not going to need it. Hydraulics. System A and B hydraulic pumps are on. And low pressure extinguished on the electricals. Pressurization indicators, cabin differential 0, cabin altitude fuel elevation, cabin rate of climb 0 as well. Exterior lights, we'll get those on. We'll put the wing logo and wheels on for now. Ignition select switch. Go with right ignition today. Engine start selectors off or auto. They're in the off position. Right, glare shield. Thing here. Heading today for our takeoff, 88 degrees. Barometric reference set 29. There we'll go 1010. We are cleared. We're gonna go. We'll climb to 10,000 initial. 2 is 8 plus 5. 133. I think if we just put the V2 in. Okay, flight directors on. We got the master. We'll also arm the auto throttle. RTO for anti-skid. Alright, ready to go. Up in here, we'll pull away ground power. sure what's going on with the GSX. Looks like GSX is kind of frozen up, so we'll... Alright, doesn't look like we need to do a pushback or anything. So we're gonna just request the startup. We got our startup going. Just in time. We're just got everything kind of set up. We're just about to start the engines, Hendrik. So, welcome in. Alright, pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches normal and auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector auto. Flight instruments heading 87 degrees for the runway. 88 for the runway. Altimeter 1010. Parking brake set. Engine start levers cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel 7,500 kilograms. Pumps on. Passenger signs auto. Windows locked. MCP V2 128. Heading 88. Altitude 10,000. Takeoff speeds V1 114. V rotate 122 and V2 128. PDU pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim free and zero. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision light on. To start engine. Go. Yeah, awesome. Awesome to have you here. All right, we're gonna turn off the packs and have to close those doors. Doors, make sure we close our entry doors. Thing is closed there. Double check again. Doors are closed. Packs are off. And we're gonna start engine. We're on APU gen. And we'll start engine 2. $20% N2, we pull up the fuel cutoff lever, idle. Just set the count and on. Starting engine 1. Yep. Microsoft Flight Simulator has live weather. It's a hit and miss. It's not always. It's usually about half an hour late. So if right now we're getting rain, probably in real life the rain has moved on. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's gotten better. Don't have thunderstorms all the time when it's raining or there's clouds, and every once in a while you do see thunderstorms. That's nice. It sometimes, you know, you get some weird things, but it's pretty good. Yeah, but it's all part of the sim. All right, we got engine 1 and 2 set to continuous. Gen 1 and Gen 2. We'll switch to Gen 1 here. Packs can come back on. Pack switches auto. Isolation valve also auto. Bleed APU bleed off and APU off. Actually, we don't have enough. Don't actually have fuel and center pumps. So turn those off. APU off, engine start selectors continuous, start levers, idle detent, flaps set for takeoff. Right here, flaps 5. We got green light, and we should be at flaps 5. Yep, flaps 5. Alright, flight controls. Let's do a flight control test. Pull forward, pull back, pull left. Like it's going full left, pull right, pull left, pull right, rudder. Flight controls checked. Alright, after start checklist. Generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice off, isolation valve auto, engine start switches continuous, recall checked, auto brake RTO. There, RTO. Flight controls checked, ground equipment clear, and we do have taxi clearance, so we're just going to call it out. So back up here, taxi lights on, runway turnoff lights on, and transponder is set and on standby. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Standby. And we're ready to go. We're going to turn all of our lights on since we are going to be going on to the runway, taxi back. Cool. Yeah, we're going to be going... Well, we're going to fly Malaysia Airlines and Philippine Airlines on this world tour. Not going to get an AirAsia one. At least not on the world tour. But at some point we'll do an AirAsia flight as well. So many cool airlines and liveries I want to check out. But at least in the context of the world tour, you kind of have to make decisions. I don't think we're doing any Japanese airlines or All Nippon, but I think I'm doing a Korean Air now instead of an Asiana. But I'd like to do a flight with all those different airlines. But you can only pick one of these flights. And of course, some flights we only have one option, like this one going from Kiribati to Nauru, and then next one Nauru to Solomon Islands. We can only fly it using Nauru Airlines, so we're going to be exploring 2 different liveries for Nauru. This one I think is their new livery, or they've kind of gone back to having their national flag and all that. Turn around here. This is the hardest part, is turning the plane around. Not using the whole runway in the process. And we don't have a terribly long runway, so Get ready for departure.
Radar contact. Flight heading 090. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Flight heading 090. Climb and maintain flight level 360. Nauru for 2.
Turn right heading 250.
Right heading 250. Nauru for 2.
Airline 42. Proceed direct 15 Tango Hotel Romeo. Then as 5.
Proceed direct 15 Tango Hotel Romeo. Nauru for 2.
Favorite airline is Malaysia Airlines because I always get on one to the Philippines, possibly to the Netherlands and to Malaysia before I moved to the Philippines. Pretty cool. Yeah, Asiana used to be my kind of go-to when I was flying to China. First few flights I did to China, I believe I was on Asiana or something, or at least the 1 or 2 flights I did on it, I really enjoyed it. So I haven't been on in a while, and I think they've kind of priced out of my price range now, but I did enjoy flying with them. Probably bring the landing gear up, shouldn't we? That'd be smart. I know someone's gonna be like, hey, you're supposed to bring the landing gear up a lot sooner. Yeah, we are, but God. Sorry. Alright, let's lock those in. Anti-skid off. Taxi lights off. You're above the clouds now. Look at that. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up and off, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Alright, 10,000 feet, landing lights. I need to figure out the keyboard shortcut for that. Because you were in the shorter 737-700. Probably could have done this flight with a 600, the amount of passengers. Only 72 passengers on the flight, so almost half the flight is empty. A lot of room for people, if they would choose. Standard pressure. Yeah, and again, we still don't have that. It's not telling us where the top of climb and top of descent are within here. I don't. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it only shows it on this. I do know the A320X, the A320 does. The Airbus. Well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, forgot to hit the chronometer. Took off at 5:27. I might use some. Might not need to use any time acceleration. Only an hour. A little bit shorter flight. Planned flight time an hour and 11 minutes. Might not use any time acceleration. I have enough time. Should have enough time. Be able to get this flight in. Now we're gonna be headed to the beach. I hope it clears up. A little cloudy out right now. I guess I don't have any custom cameras made up in this.
242, contact Nauru Center 125.5.
125.5, NRU 42. Nauru Center, NRU 42, inbound Casco at flight level 360.
Air Nauru 42, radar contact, maintain flight level 360.
Maintain flight level 360, NRU 42.
Air Nauru 42, fly heading 245.
Fly heading 245, NRU 42.
Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of what we did last time. We do have that top of descent there going up in 80 nautical miles, so we're looking good on that. What I'm going to do is also I'm going to put a fixed point in. And how we're going to figure that out is we're at 36,000 feet. Nauru International runway elevation or airport is 25 feet. Basically, we'll go with 0. So 36,000 times 3 is how you're going to figure this out. This is kind of the rough way of figuring out 36,000. Take your the difference between the airport elevation or your landing elevation and where you are currently at to figure out, and you multiply that by 3. So 36,000 feet times 3 is 108,000 divided by 1,000. So you could just drop 2 zeros if you wanted to, or 3 zeros right at the beginning if you want. But that's how you get to it. 108 nautical miles. So that's we're gonna make a fixed point 108. That's where you want to start your descent. That way you have a 3-degree glide. Now, of course, we are going to be adjusting our speed as well to get to that 250 max for 10,000. And so I usually sometimes you might want to just fudge maybe 115 or something. But last flight we did this, and I think I put a fix of like 120 or whatever, and we were descended well where we needed to be. So I'm going to put in a fixed point of just 108 and see how that matches up. We go right here to fix, and we're going to go use the airport for it. The other reason I overestimated too on the last flight yesterday was because I made the fixed point our initial radar fix for our approach, which wasn't, we only need to be at 2,500. So instead, my calculation was slightly off because of that. We're gonna fix right at the airport. You can see we got 165 nautical miles to go, and we can go right here, 108. We'll just put that in there. Oh, actually, that's not what we want. Sorry. Figure that out. I don't need a radial. I just want distance. 108. Well, now we have a radial on there. Not a big deal. And you can see our top of descent is right after it, so we should be, that gives us a good indication that, all right, we're gonna be all right. And so I've been doing that. I did that on the last one because we just I didn't have any of the, this wasn't filling in, and I did manually put it in. And I don't know why things aren't going in like they usually do, but that's what we're doing. All right. Also looking at the runway, we have 7,054 feet. So we're gonna go flaps 40. Let me see what my calculator spits out. But typically the calculator spits out something weird. I believe we're landing at runway, let's say runway 12. Double check what we got. Runway 12. Go runway 12 right there, calculate. And it's saying go flaps 30. So we'll do flaps 30. Do that. Okay, flaps 30, that's going to give us 126 knots for our VREF. And I'll bring this calculator up. Right there, it's got like the auto brakes. See the margins. We're going to go auto brake 3. That way we have a nice margin for our stopping. Again, you can see the approach speed 128. In the FMS right here, it's saying 126. Close enough. Again, this is kind of rough. The calculator is kind of a rough estimate. For sim use only.
Nauru report to expect RNAV approach runway 30. Report when ready for descent.
Okay, so they've just switched us on runways there. They're going to go runway 30.
Report when ready for descent. Nauru report to.
Why? Actually, it doesn't matter, so we're going to switch that. And that's pretty cool. They I don't know if they, with the update for the ATC, if it's if they've swapped it around.
Nauru report to ready for descent. Nauru report to descend 1,700 QNH 1010. Descend 1,700 Nauru report to.
Already having us descend, so. Oh, we're gonna go back in here. Come on. Arrival, we're gonna go runway 30. It looks like we're gonna do an RNAV. Alright, so let's pull up the chart and we'll go through a few things. There's our arrival. A little bit of it. I kind of want to adjust how we come in here. Make more sense just go straight to Abnac. Doesn't look like they're giving us a You see how we're coming in right now. Might adjust this so we go to Avnak as opposed to doing a flyover. That's what I'll do. That way we don't have to fly over the airport and kind of do a weird turnaround at Avnak. So, we're gonna adjust this. We're gonna add a little bit. This is where real life ATC would give you switch things up just slightly. Real life ATC will say, hey, cut that route, a bit different. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna basically we're gonna act as if ATC has given us RNAV 30 with a CADNA, no, IBDUX transition, and they've cleared us to just go direct to IBDUX. We're gonna kind of adjust our route, but then more on a direct path. We're doing incredibly well for our descent, actually probably a little too quick. You can also see our speed is pretty far up there, so by rolling back that speed, they'll slow down our descent a little bit. Lead that speed off coming in. Go back to our chart. Alright, so now you can see our...
Turn right heading 255. Right heading 255 and hour equal to. Nauru before 2. Turn right heading 260.
Okay, so it's telling me to turn because it's thinking I'm still going by the other waypoints. I wish I could cancel out those other waypoints.
Nauru before 2. Turn right heading 265. Climb flight level 360.
Now they want me to climb. So they told me to descend, now they want me to climb. So let me adjust something here.
Nauru before 2. Radar contact. Turn left heading 215. Descend 1,700. QNH 1010. Left heading 215. Descend 1,700. Nauru equal to. Nauru before 2. Expect RNAV approach. Runway 30. Expect RNAV approach. Runway 30. Nauru equal to.
Okay, got things squared away there. Let's look at the chart for our RNAV approach. Nauru Island, Nauru, RNAV, runway 30, effective January 31st. And this was printed 2019, January 25th. Final approach course is going to be 302, so we're going to punch that in right now. Our course, 302, and...
Nauru before 2. Turn left heading 225. Left heading 225, Nauru equal to.
302. Alright, back to the chart again. Procedure altitude, this is where, again, this is kind of just a midway point on our descent to make sure we are descending at the proper slope.
Left heading 220. Left heading 220, Nauru equal to.
LNAV, VNAV, decision altitude, refer to the minimums. Okay, it's not going to be there for some reason. Airport elevation 25, we've already put that in. We're just going to have 50 up here.
Nauru before 2. Fly heading 225.
This is going to tell me to go back and forth. Transition altitude is 11,000 feet. Missed approach, we're going to track out on the runway course 302 to arrive 2,500 feet and advise intentions. Right, again, there's another thing that we don't get. Oh no, there it is. Arrive, it's already on there. gonna say, is it gonna actually have it? It does. Perfect. Alright. It's calling out standard pressure right there. It actually should be waiting until 11,000. I don't know how to set it. Appreciate that. I have different transition altitudes around the world. Here we got a visual map of what we're doing. Here's the hold point if we need it. I don't even have the hold, I believe, in the system. Kind of weird. Usually it fix it in on. But it's got 1 minute hold there. Here's what we're looking for our minimums: LNAV, VNAV. We're using we're using just LNAV right now, so we're gonna put in this one using just LNAV. If we were using the VNAV, we could also go with a low. Since we're only using LNAV, 570. Here you can see we only have LNAV going. VNAV we're not using right now. So we need 570. Right up here, Barrow. 570. $570 set. Alright, charts back up. Once we land, if we are able to stop in time and exit right here, we'll exit. And if we are not, we will go all the way down, spin around, and come back. Parking area. Not a lot of parking, probably 1 or 2 spots, so hit or miss if we can find the right one for
Nauru before 2, fly heading 240.
for GSX to work properly.
Fly heading 240, Nauru for 2.
Right, now we'll go to local pressure of 1010. Just about 10,000 feet. We'll flip on the landing lights. At least the retractable. We'll do the retractable ones, and then we'll save the just regular landing lights for alerting the tower that we did receive their clearance. Retractable out. And a beautiful flight here. Lots of cloud cover. I'm surprised how much cloud cover there is in this area. Does make the flight enjoyable.
Nauru before 2, turn right heading 250. Right heading 250, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 260. Right heading 260, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 255. Right heading 255, Nauru for 2.
Does get a little annoyed when they decide to go into vector mode, where it's just like, we're going to tell you where to go all day, all day, all day. Okay, we can actually, and I completely forgot, I completely missed that we're speeding here.
Turn right heading 270.
Because we're not in VNAV mode. Oops.
270,
Yeah, we're breaking the speed limit. We should be at 250 knots.
Nauru before 2, turn right heading 255. Right heading 255, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 260. Right heading 260, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 270. Right heading 270, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 260. Right heading 260, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 265. Right heading 265, Nauru for 2. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 270. Right heading 270, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 280. Right heading 280, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 265. Right heading 265, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 270. Right heading 270, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 275. Right heading 275, and hour equal to.
What the heck just happened?
Before 2, turn right heading 290.
What just happened?
Right heading 290, and hour equal to.
I've never had that happen before. It's beautiful, but no, what are we doing here? Why are we
right heading 270?
on here?
Right heading 270.
I kind of want to have a nice little. What was that? I like it just kind of shifted us to live. All the little weird finicky things. Now, beautiful moon there, but I prefer to fly in on the current time that I'm flying. Thank you very much. I hope that didn't throw us off too much. I don't know exactly what time it would have been.
Before 2, turn right heading 270.
I think we're about right because we took off about
right heading 270.
45 minutes. Yeah, we're right around where we should have been. That was just weird. I've never had that happen before. Alright, I need to double check my chart again.
Right heading
Hey, ATC, you can shut up. You don't need to tell me keep switching headings. See, again, now it just wants me to just fire directly at the airport as opposed to actually going to the arrival.
Right heading 280, and hour
Very
equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 290. Right heading 290, and hour equal to.
Stop. Alright, IBDUX, we need to be
Nauru before 2, turn right
about
heading
2,500 feet,
300.
so that's what we're aiming for.
Right heading 300,
Still
and hour equal to.
easily going to make that. I just slowed it down so we don't have to be cruising at a level forever.
Right heading 275, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 280. Right heading 280, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 290. Right heading 290, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 300. Right heading 300, and hour equal to.
Alright, so I'm going to put in the VOR.
We
We are doing RNAV, but VOR is a backup here.
Right heading 280, and hour equal to.
You can see the VOR line shooting out now.
Right heading 285.
A little confusing with that fix. Let's see if I can remove
Right
this
heading
fix.
285,
Okay.
and hour equal to.
Should be able to. Right?
Nauru before 2, turn
There we
right
go.
heading 290.
It cleans things up.
Right heading 290, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 300. Right heading 300, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 280. Right heading 280, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 285. Right heading 285, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 290. Right heading 290, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 300. Right heading 300, and hour equal to. Nauru before 2, turn right heading 310. Right heading 310, and hour equal to. Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 285.
Alright, we're gonna shut up ATC for a while until we actually get some useful information from them. Alright, descent checklist, pressurization, landing altitude 50, recall checked, auto brake 3, landing data, VREF 126 knots, minimums 570, approach briefing completed, altimeter 1010, descent checklist complete. We're at 2,500 feet again, a little earlier than we need. Better to be early than fighting at the last second to get down to that slope. We're taking a look at the metadata for Nauru, just to double check, make sure we're not getting messed up by the ATC. There's no wind, unlimited visibility, a few clouds at 2,000 feet, which we are clearly flying just over, kind of around. Scattered clouds at 4,000, which we just went through. Broken clouds at 10,000, 29 degrees Celsius, 26 degrees dew point, and QNH of 1011. We'll adjust that. 1011.
Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 335. Right heading 335, and Nauru for 2. Air Nauru before 2.
Alright, we're
turn
coming
right
up
heading
on
340.
Avnak in 4 nautical
Right
miles.
heading 340, and Nauru for 2.
They're slowing down.
Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 320.
Flaps 1 degree.
Right heading 320, and Nauru for 2.
Nauru right there.
Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 325. Right heading 325, and Nauru for 2. Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 330. Right heading 330, and Nauru for 2.
I like to wait until I make the final turn before putting out my landing gear. 2 degrees.
Right heading
Flaps.
335, and Nauru for 2. Air Nauru before 2, turn right heading 305, clear
5 degrees flaps.
at 1,700, runway 30, report established final track. Right heading 305, cleared on F, approach at 1,700, runway 30, report established final track, and Nauru for 2.
Flaps 10. Landing gear down. Flaps 15. Flaps 20. Flaps 30. We're on the glide path.
And Nauru for 2, established on final track. Air Nauru before 2, contact Nauru Tower 122.1. 122.1, and Nauru.
Landing checklist down to the flaps. Engine start switches continuous. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down.
Nauru
Down the flaps
and
complete.
Nauru for 2, on final 30.
Air Nauru for 2, land clean, clear to land 30.
Cleared to land 30, and Nauru for 2.
Complete landing checklist. Flaps 30. Green light. Beautiful approach. I wasn't expecting it to look like this. Nice sunset. Look at that. It's just, whew. Missed approach, dude. 2500. Autopilot disengaged.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Airline report 2. On vacated contact ground 121.3.
When vacated, contact ground 121.3 and Nauru
A little
2.
firm on that. Alright, beautiful freeware upgrade to this airport. Well, we're at Alpha.
Nauru ground and Nauru 2. Runway vacated with Alpha.
Airline report 2. Taxi to parking 1 via Alpha.
Taxi to parking 1 via Alpha and Nauru 2.
Flaps retracted. On the flaps. Alright, East parking 1. That one B. Got a ramp, a couple of ramps here. Parking 1.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Show me the spot. Okay, right in front of that other. They had a kind of lead in. This is where a marshaller comes in handy, so we know which direction we're supposed to be facing, but we get parked and maybe we'll be facing the wrong way. Right here, let's have GSX park us and see what GSX wants. I don't know. Oh no.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Okay, so that's how we're supposed to be parked. Okay. Nice. At least that's how it has it set. Alright, parking brake set. Taxi lights off. APU available. Lead. And engines cut off. Anti-collision light off. Seatbelt signs off. Fuel pumps. Come over here. Menu. Services, build chocks, power. Next. Start deboarding. Welcome to Nauru, everyone. Enjoyed the flight.
The boarding requested.
Beautiful arrival. Ground power. Flight directors off. Parking brake set, electrical on. Start levers cut off. Anti-collision light off. Fuel pump switches off. Window heat switches can come off. Electric hydraulic pump switch off.
Passengers bus is coming.
Air condition pack switches auto. Isolation valve switch open. APU and engine bleed air switches on. APU is off since we turned the APU off. Exterior lights as required. Flight deck lights as desired. Parking brake as required. We got the chocks and the cabin doors unlocked. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps off. Probe heat off. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps up. Parking brake on. Engine start levers cut off. Weather radar off. Shutdown checklist complete. We're going to secure the plane, so we're going to turn off our IRS. Emergency lights. We'll wait until passengers. Ooh. Those.
Passengers, the boarding started.
These tugs must be custom with the airport or something. I don't know. I've never seen that color before for them. Pretty cool. Alright, let's take a look at Volanta flight tracking and see how the flight did. First person to arrive here today. Pretty straightforward flight. Landing rate again pretty firm, -382. So we gotta work on that. Flight time 1 hour and 7 minutes. Block time 1 hour 13. 72 passengers. Landing speed 124. Right where we wanted to be, but just down a little firm. 409 nautical miles today. Bring up the world tour map. There we go. Everywhere we've been so far on this world tour. Let's zip all the way over here. Here's Kiribati, where we were last flight. Took off from, and there is Nauru. We're on this little island right there. Alright, next flight we're going to be headed up to the Solomon Islands, or down to the Solomon Islands, which are right there, highlighted. We'll off. So we'll be headed about a little bit southwest to ANYN. Solomon Islands. On Nauru Airlines again. We'll be flying the 737-800 for that flight. With an older, I don't know if it's their older livery. I think this is their new livery, and the livery I'm going to be flying next flight is what I flew in X-plane, and I'm not sure if they still fly it or if a few planes still have it, but an older livery. Seems like everything now has this new logo scheme and everything. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to try to do a replay here. So we are waiting for all the passengers to come off. While waiting on that, let's again take a look at this beautiful, kind of just a nice little upgrade to Nauru Airport. It's got the lights there warning you to stay off the runway. Got a nice little corporate jet kind of tucked in there. Real nice upgrade. Absolutely stunning scenery here. It is available on flightsim.to. Link in the description here on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, you can always jump over to my YouTube channel, find links to the various mods and stuff. Like I said, the airport's not much to look at, otherwise the buildings, but it is nice. A little bit of upgrade. Better than the default. I don't have a picture of the default, but I know it doesn't look like this. Really pleasant. I forgot that I had this. Great action. It looks like the passengers are just about done. Wait on the cargo.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Sure,
Crew
why
bus
not?
is coming.
Emergency lights off. Lights off. Back switches off. Ground power switch off. And battery switch off. Alright, secure checklist, IRS off. Emergency exit lights off. Window heat off. Packs off. ECAS standby.
Crew deboarding starting.
Oh, that's just little van.
Pilots deboarding starting.
Go in here, make sure we close our doors and all that stuff, and be able to do a pretty decent job with the I think if we get everything right, make sure we don't have the ground power or the wheel shocks, all that good stuff. Alright, I think now set to do. Should be able to do. Alright, so we're gonna try the replay. I'm using Sky Dolly. Let's. Everything's kind of gotta adjust. Oh, nothing's on inside the plane. So again, one drawback of the replays here in Microsoft Flight Simulator is you can't get everything just right. Flaps are, but we don't have any power. Actually, lights out. Kind of turn some things on here in the replay and get the lights working. It's kind of silly if you don't see any of the lights, right? Technically, all this stuff is running, right? Be cool if we could get the lights on, but we can't. Alright, let's zoom ahead here and too far. A little bit late here. little bit hard on that. Alright, well, there's the landing. Not too bad. We didn't bounce, but you know, definitely a little bit hard. Kind of took out the power a little quick there. Accelerated that landing rate. Alright, well, thanks for coming along on this flight. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's go to the end here. Now we're in the grass. But as I said again, thank you for coming along in the flight. Next flight, we're going to be flying to the Solomon Islands. And not sure when that will be, maybe Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. So keep an eye out on YouTube for that schedule. And on Twitch, I'll hopefully get that all scheduled out. I will be flying again Nauru Airlines, a different delivery, but out of here, out of Nauru, over to the Solomon Islands for World Tour Flight 257. Until then, happy flying and take care.